Welcome to the channel, everybody. Thanks for clicking on the clip. We're messing around in a 4-person dungeon called Snowcloak. This is a really fun dungeon. Wintry wonderland with interesting mobs that pop up out of nowhere. This run actually kind of went a little bit on the slow side. The tank was pulling small groups at first. We had to kind of incite them to take on more than just a couple of mobs at a time. But in preparation for the release of Dawn Trail, I'm going to be going through and trying to get the remainder of my jobs up to at least 70, if not 80. So we hop on to Monkey Monk, playing around in the 60s at this point, trying to get her up. By the end of this stream, she was at 70. About a 4-hour stream. So I went through and clipped some more dungeons out like I've been doing for you guys. Let you guys see what the dungeon runs look like. These are not tutorials on how to accurately go through a dungeon, and these are definitely not how to play your job correctly, because that's not something I do. I job hop too much to try and memorize what each job rotation is. My memory does not work well enough to keep the job rotations. So even if I learn the rotations, it's not like I'd remember it in a week. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Xenos. I've been watching a couple of his videos lately that keep popping up on my feed, and I about fell over when he couldn't even name the main characters in the storyline. He skips the talking, he skips everything. He couldn't even name. He saw a picture of the twins and swore that it was the same person, just two different people. Now, if you know the storyline, at least you know that they're twins and there's two people. And I kind of had to laugh when I saw him replying to some comments and saying how trash of a player he is. So, yeah, you don't need to be a great Final Fantasy player to make fun content. You just got to figure out a little niche and run with it. I'm doing dungeon runs. Dungeon runs are never not interesting. Always something stupid or strange happening. So I figure they're fun to watch. Plus, people like the Final Fantasy music. The sound effects are really cool, so I've been making sure to turn the volume up so at least it can be heard. And you guys aren't listening to dead air, and I really don't have to talk through the whole thing. It's a dungeon run. It's fun to watch. Got good tunes. This one's actually got my mug in it too, so you can watch the facial expressions. Not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's there in this one. So, if you haven't subscribed, really appreciate the subscribes if you really want to. Comments are always welcome. They help push the videos. And we're live streaming at night. Come join in the streams. Trying to get a community going, have some fun, have some laughs. Maybe get some people together and get some content knocked out. Dawn Trail's coming. We've got a lot of people coming back to the game. Get some refreshers going and stuff. My guides that I'm going to be making aren't going to be full of specs and complete knowledgeable runs of the dungeons. They're going to be more of what I've seen and what I've learned by going through the dungeons. I don't pay attention to the spell names. I don't pay attention to a lot of stuff. I'm more trying to pay attention to staying alive. So, without further ado, I'm going to jump off here. You guys can enjoy the rest of this run. There's some really neat mechanics that you can see in it. What's going on. Maybe they'll give you some ideas about what the dungeon's like. This one is a lot of fun. I haven't done it in a long while, but there was a point where I was doing it quite often. So when I popped back into it and saw it, I was like, oh cool, this is going to be a lot of fun. We got a slow pulling tank. I had to give him a little bit of a boost. The healer had to give him a little bit of a boost to start pulling ahead of him. But other than that, enjoy the rest of the dungeon run. I'll see you guys either online or in the next video. Have a great day. survivor or monks pushing the warrior to pull more. Yeah, it's always fun. So apparently those are line of sight, and as long as you're behind the crystal, it doesn't matter how far away. So if you're back far enough, you don't even have to move from the freeze spell. Interesting. Yep, that fuck you.